Hello, Lynn. About a week ago, I woke up very early because my dad thought that for this English project, I can get good shots at 4:30 in the morning. Now, while I can't get good shots at 4:30 in the morning, I won't tell him that, well, because I respect him. While my dad pulls into the gas station to fuel up for this road trip, and I try to keep myself awake,
Hi, world.
I can't help but think this is really the city that never sleeps because even at 4 a.m., cars are still driving on the road. Cut to a few hours later, I wake up and I see a sunrise, something that an overstressed and worked boy like myself really does not get time to enjoy. After that, we're on the Delaware Bridge, and while on it, I admire the people who risk their lives to make something so sturdy. After that, we pull into a small town in Delaware, and we notice that small towns have a lot to show even when they don't have to show it to the masses, like a patriotic verse or very cool graffiti. Little tidbit, graffiti. Once crime, now art. After that, we driving over to a pit stop while Gora smooth talks the camera.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Oh, I'm excited for this.
When we get into Virginia, we let Gora go wild with go-karts. Cause after all the work and no play makes Gora a dull boy. Wow, I am funny. Sadly, it was a school day, so no other kids were really at the go-kart place, so Gora had to do many rides alone. I think he had a good time, though. After that, it's back to business as we head on down to Williamsburg. More specifically for you, Lynn, we head on down to Jamestown, the historical site with Native Americans, settlers, and slaves once lived.
I like this. Is enough for you.
Yeah.
This is just one of them.
But is it enough for you, Lynn? I did not think so, so that's why I went to 3 Indian replication tribes. After I got in a Native American hut, or what would look like one, the first thing I noticed was the low roofs, even though they were not short people. Second thing was dead birds and some pottery, and again, the low roofs. But after a sort of awkward conversation with the person who worked there,
I'm not walking around with my rear end hanging out.
I decided to go to the ships and do some real thinking. I realized how hard it must have been for the Native Americans to survive, but I also realized how easy it is for us to complain about the lack of material things we don't even need. Like my dad says.
These people were working hard
Yeah.
back then. This is, we ain't doing nothing right now. We clacking for 40 hours.
My dad was right. No matter who they were, Native Americans or settlers, they worked 10 times harder than we would, but still had a very hard life. And that was because they were divided, only focusing on how to help themselves. After that, we watched this guy a couple more times, and then we head back and try to find some place to sleep. When we wake up, it is 5:30 in the morning. It is snowing. It's Virginia. I don't know why, but we still get up. We still truck on out and head over to Washington, D.C. Now, once we get to Washington, it stops snowing. It's light out. Thank God. My dad's in a hurry to see the World War II Memorial. I always like the World War II Memorial. It's right next to Lincoln Memorial, and I always enjoyed it. It's not until I see the Washington Monument that I realize that we as a civilization grew into a we, and that is why we advanced, because we are a united front. That can mean little things like an old man helping my brother fly a kite when he doesn't even know him, or big things like hundreds of men putting together their strength and building a bridge that connects state to state and helps me and my father and my brother and dozens of other people get home. Either way, we don't just help ourselves, we help one another. That's all.